everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Yomi Brown of Yommycrochetlogy and today's tutorial is Esmeralda thin strap top. This one is perfect for summer or any time of the year. It is very beginner friendly, so you can easily follow this one and smash it with different kinds of outfits. This comes in two versions. This one is the thin strapped and also available in bell-shaped puff sleeve. So if you are chasing that one, it will be available on my Etsy shop. Please head into the description box below for more information. If you like my content that talks about crochet and styling our crochet pieces, please smash that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. So let's get started. So these are the materials that we will be needing for this tutorial. We need a yarn, a sport weight yarn, 3 to 4 skeins for small. This is 50 gram or 130 meter. And then we need a scrap yarn for your lace, bra pads, and your hooks. It's 3 and 2.50 millimeter hook. So 3 millimeter hook and 3.50 millimeter hook. Tape measures and a lot of stitch markers. So we will start our work with a foundation chain with sport weight yarn and a 3.50 millimeter hook. And then this is how you measure yourself. Bust measurement minus 3 inches, and then whatever is the total, that's how long your foundation chain should be. In my case, it's 32 inches, so that's 147 foundation chain. So I have here my 147 chain. That is when I stretched it. It reaches into 32 inches. So try to stretch your yarn, and from there you will be able to squeeze in later when you try to fit into your top. Okay, so I have here 32 inches and that's 147 foundation chain, and that's when I stretch it a little bit. And then once you already have your foundation, we will slip stitch into the very first chain that we made to form a big circle. So now move to your 3 millimeter hook, and then we will chain 1 and half double crochet in every stitches around. Your work will be in rounds. So I'm here at the end of this row and I have few chains left, so I will finish it off with a half double crochet. Okay, so before we will slip stitch into this part, make sure your work is not twisted. Once you're happy, you can slip stitch into the chain 1 that you made in the beginning of your row. It should look like this. And then chain of 2, and in the next stitches you have to make double crochet. Okay, so 1 double crochet in every stitches around. Okay, double crochet is yarn over, pull that yarn into the first 2, yarn over again, and then pull it through till the end. Okay, if you need more information or tutorial for a double crochet, please refer in the card above or in the description box below. To continue your double crochet in every stitches around the circle. So we are here at the end of this row and we will finish it off with a double crochet. Okay, and then slip stitch into the chain 2 that you made in the beginning of the row. And then chain 2 and then single crochet in every stitches. Okay, this time it's single crochet in every stitches. What we're doing here is we are making the foundation of our top. So don't forget to insert your stitch marker in this first chain that you made. So I'm here at the end. I'll now finish the row with a single crochet and slip stitch into the chain 2 that we made in the beginning of the round. And then this time chain 1, put your stitch marker into that chain 1. We don't want to lose that. And this time the pattern or the special stitch will start. So skip 1, single crochet into the next, and then chain 1, and then single crochet again into that same stitch. Okay, so again So that's what it looks like. It looks like a small V. Again, skip that one stitch there and insert it into the next and make a single crochet. Chain 1, and again another single crochet in the same stitch. So there you go. So we're starting the spider. Continue the same pattern of single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, all in the same stitch, and then skip 1 around the top. So we're here at the end of the row of our spider stitch, single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, all in the same stitch. And then since there's only one stitch left, we have to continue the pattern where your stitch marker is, okay? So insert your hook there and make a single crochet, chain 1, and then single crochet. Insert your hook into the chain space from the previous round, okay? And then chain 1, single crochet into that same chain 1 space from the previous round. Continue your pattern around the top. So I'm here at the end of this second row of the spider stitch. I'll continue with single crochet, chain 1, and then single crochet in the same chain space. Okay, so this is what it looks like right now. So this is the top part. This is where our sleeves should be, and this is the flow is going down, okay? So again, continue your work, and you have to make as many rows as needed. So my top is 9 inches long. If you are taller, you can always add more rows, or if you are in a smaller size, then you can always deduct that 9 inch. Okay, so again, continue the pattern of single crochet, chain 1, and single crochet all in the same chain space. So we are working in the chain space right now. Again, single crochet, chain 1, and single crochet in the same chain space from the previous round. Continue the pattern around the top or around the panel until you reach here where your stitch marker is. So it's important that you have a stitch marker in this area. Continue the pattern until you have a long panel that is 9 inches long. So I'm here at the end of my last row for my crop tops panel. So single crochet, chain 1, and then single crochet in the same chain space from the previous round, and I have here my stitch marker. Obviously that is the end, so we will just slip stitch into that stitch. This is what our top looks like now. I'm happy with the length. As you can see here, I have stitch marker. This is where the points of the bra pads, okay? So that's how I figured out how to put a bra pads into this bandeau top. So please refer in the description box below for the full tutorial of how to put a bra pads. So I also have a stitch marker here, and this is for our triangle. So attach your yarn into the first stitch marker at the bottom and make a chain of 1, slip stitch into the next chain space, and then into the next chain space you have to make a single crochet, chain 1, and single crochet. Okay, again single crochet, chain 1, and single crochet all in the same chain space. So we basically continue the pattern of the spider stitch. So I have here my last chain space, so single crochet, chain one, and single crochet. So this is what it looks like now, your first row for the triangle at the bottom. So this is how we will start the second row. So we will slip stitch into the first chain space, okay, and then into the next chain space we have to continue the pattern of single crochet, chain one, and single crochet. Again, into the next chain space, single crochet, chain one, and single crochet. Continue that until you reach into the end. I'm here, this last two chain space. So continue the pattern, single crochet, chain one, and single crochet. And into the last chain space, make a slip stitch. Then turn your work. So every time you will start a row, you have to slip stitch, and every time you end a row, you have to slip stitch. That is our way of decreasing the row until we formed a triangle. Okay, again, slip stitch into the first chain space, and then single crochet, chain one, and single crochet into the next. Continue that until you reach at the end. So I have here few chain space left. So this one here is a slip stitch, and we have to turn our work. You have to repeat the pattern until you formed triangle at the bottom of your crop top. So this is the end of our triangle. I have here one V, and in either side of the V, you have to make a slip stitch, okay? And then in that chain space or the V, you have to make 3 single crochet, okay? So that's 1, 2, and 3. And then in that side there of the V, you have to make a slip stitch. Okay, so that's how I make the triangle pointy. So as you can see here, we have the triangle now, and then we will single crochet around the bottom of your crop top. Single crochet around, continue that until you reach at the end. I have here the last few stitches left, and then we will slip stitch into this stitch to close the row. And again, this time we will make a picot, chain 4, and then slip stitch into this diagonal line or thread at the bottom of your chain 4. Single crochet 5 stitches, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and that's your picot there, and then the single crochets. And now chain of 4 and slip stitch to these 2 lines at the bottom of your chain 4. Okay, it should be easily seen. And then single crochet into the next 5 stitches. Okay, so 5 single crochets and then picot. Repeat the pattern until you reach into the first picot that you made. So I have here my last stitch, and I'll just slip stitch to the side of the picot. And now we will proceed to our thin straps. So attach your yarn where your stitch markers for your straps. And then you have to make a foundation chain 60. So I have here my 60 chains, and then we will slip stitch it to the back side. So there you go, it's secured, and then slip stitch into the top itself. And then turn your work, and now we will be working into the straps. Okay, so skip that one stitch, and then single crochet, chain one, and then single crochet in the same chain. Again, skip one, then single crochet, chain one, and then single crochet. So we are still using the spider stitch into the sleeve. Okay, so continue the skip one, single crochet, chain one, and single crochet into the next stitch. So I'm here at the end, and then we will slip stitch to the top itself. Okay, so this is what our straps looks like. And do not cut off your yarn. We will continue the pattern of picot, so single crochet in the next 5 stitches. And then picot. Picot is chain of 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then on this 2 lines at the bottom of your chain 4, you have to make a slip stitch. So you insert your hook there and make a slip stitch. And again, in the next 5 stitches, you have to make a single crochet. Continue the pattern of 5 single crochets and then picot around the armpit area. Okay, from here in this part of the sleeve all the way here. So I'm here at the end, and we will continue the pattern. And slip stitch into the strap itself. Okay, so we're basically done with the top. So I have here lots of stitch markers going on. Okay, so this is the front lace or the corset style of the top, and there's another one in each side. You find the center of your top, and then between these 2 stitch markers, it measures 4 cm. Okay, and then between these 2 stitch markers, it measures 2 cm. Okay, so the distance of this one is 2 cm, and then the distance of this one is 4 cm. All stitch markers the same all the way at the end. In this side, it's a different story. So from the bottom all the way to this center one is 10 cm. Okay, and this first 2 batch of stitch marker is 2 cm, and then this one is 4 cm, and then 6 cm, then 8, and then 10. So as you can see, it gradually increases. Okay, we want the bottom one longer than the upper one. And then grab your darning needle and a chain of 200 to 350. It's up to you how long you want your lace. So put the darning needle in each end of the foundation chains, and then just start lacing them into the stitch markers. So just like this. So I'm here at the bottom, and I'm done with the center one, and then we can remove the stitch markers. repeat the process of attaching a lace into the side. Just follow your stitch markers. So this time we will grab our scrap yarn or the yarn that we use for our lace, and then few beads if you like, and then a needle, and insert the beads into the needle. This is totally optional. It's up to you if you want to have a little dainty flower at the end of your lace or straps. And then attach the yarn again. Okay, so we have more yarns to work with, and then a chain of 4. One, 2, 3, and 4. And then slip stitch into the first stitch that you made. So we're making a circle, and that's where you will be working. And then chain of 3 and make a 3 double crochet into this circle. So that's your first petal, and then slip stitch into the circle. So there you go, that's your first petal. Then chain of 3 again, and double crochet 3 times into the circle. So repeat the pattern until you have at least 4 petals. So I have here my last petal. And then we have to push this straps or beads in front. Okay, you have to put it forward, and then slip stitch into the back of that strap. And then we can cut it off. So thank you so much for staying with me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and if you are chasing the ones with puff sleeve, it will be available in my Etsy shop, so just read the description box below for more details. Embroidery Flower, the tutorial will be linked in the description box below or in the card above. And that's all for today. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you again sometime next week. Goodbye!
Watching every move you